Crypto had a terrible January, the worst sell-off since the crypto winter of 2018. At one point, Bitcoin fell to $35,000 a token, almost half the way down from its peak. This was after a year where everyone learned what crypto, NFT, Web3 was, and it became the big focal point of brand marketing last year. So I wanted to ask you, David, how do you think this affects like all of marketing after this huge sell-off that everyone saw?
I think it might be a relief where you can get into a few agency pitch meetings that don't have NFT or crypto ideas for at least a couple of weeks until the next wave starts building up. I've been part of the problem at times because I've been there where it's like, even in early days of Facebook, when they started letting brands in, it's just, okay, well, now we need a Facebook page idea every time we go and do some pitch meetings. That iPhone came out and a year later with the App Store, and it's okay, now we need a mobile app idea, even for companies that have no business having one. And if you're not getting that, there's some of the concern that, wait, there's no metaverse idea in here that, so are you not paying attention to that? So there is this fear of missing out culture that makes it hard to have a lot of honest conversations. But you have enough people who've been doing this for a while where bullshit detectors are up, and it's like, okay, so figuring out why we're doing if we're doing this purely for just marketing stunt purposes because this is going to just keep us in a few more news cycles, then you're probably not going to want to do that when everyone's hating on the topic of that news cycle. But there will be some other opportunities that come up to then go and ride that at another time. If it's, we want to experiment with doing something because, we want to be at the forefront of this. We don't know if this is going to work. I think the idea of NFTs as a digital complement to physical goods and a proof of ownership and a shareable asset. When you're buying that pair of Nikes, maybe you take a picture of it and post it on Instagram. Most of the cultural interactions that happen with that are when you're out on the street or when you're playing basketball, and then they see the shoes and you relate to which season of Air Jordans they are, and then you have that cachet. Or maybe you're a proud collector and you're keeping it in a box somewhere. But if you have the digital version of that can show the proof of ownership and then gives you access to an exclusive club, you get access to some of the new drops. Nike's rewarding you. You get Air Jordan himself, as a special guest on some event that's going on, and that that every single person in the room is just diehard collector or at least a brand enthusiast. Then that becomes really exciting. And maybe that'll all go to shit too, right? Like maybe none of that'll work, but it just unlocks these possibilities that you didn't necessarily have before.
And I bet so many crypto companies raise so much money, and a lot of the crypto things seem to be marketing schemes in and of it themselves. So I bet a lot of people are moving to crypto because it's like, it's really, how can you differentiate yourself when you're a coin or a metaverse? It really comes down to marketing.
It comes down to marketing. It comes down to what some of the value propositions are. I started experimenting because I got access about a year ago to join the Rally.io platform, which I think is the first one with any scale that launched for creators, and that could be really any kind of content creators, and they started getting some business folks involved who have newsletters or communities or other kinds of audiences, and so this has been like, how do we use this as a way to acknowledge people who support the creators and give more access, connect them with each other, and also have this opportunity where there is this rising tide effect where the more people who are holding this coin and transacting with it and doing some interesting things with it.
Maybe you can tell us more about that. So you created the serial marketer community, and then you launched the CMO coin on top of that through Rally. And so how did that work? Why did you want to do it? Is it like raising money for the membership, or how did that work?
A friend of mine, Jeremiah Ouyang, has been an advisor to Rally. He came to me and he said, how would you like to have a David coin? And I'm like, well, that sounds cool as hell. Years ago, when you first started seeing these initial coin offerings, I looked into see just how hard is it to set up, and you actually did need some capital to go and do that. So I really just wanted to pursue it more on a lark. But when Jay came to me about this one, I'm like, well, I love the idea. I don't want to make it about me as David. I want to make this about the serial marketers community. Had some back and forth within the community about this, keeping it very vague. And the CMO, or the chief marketing officer coin, was born. And then this just gives an opportunity to go and create rewards for members, even little things like for what I can give members. If I want to do a research survey within the community, I can go on the platform Bonfire, for instance, post a question and get feedback, and then reward people with these coins in a really seamless way. There are all kinds of ways that the value exchange can work both ways. I was so eager to come in there and experiment. Look, like it, if it turns into something that's a huge financial win, I don't mind. Yeah, great. But my mindset going into this is, if this is worth absolutely nothing, is this worth my time to be involved? Is this good for the community?
Thanks for tuning in. If you like our videos and want to support the channel, please like and subscribe. You can also subscribe to our Substack newsletter for exclusive updates, and find the audio version wherever you podcast. Thanks for watching.